Wait, no, don't get in yet.
Why?
Come out and share where we're going. We're going to my most favorite place in all of the world.
No, you might actually see Mark totally fall apart today because we are going to... I have gotten him here.
One of the IKEA is on my top 5 list of all-time places I don't want to visit.
There's 4 more?
Just give me time.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do today. We're going to talk about those tricky little spaces because IKEA is known for small spaces.
That's true.
Solving big problems in small spaces.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to go here and we're going to tackle some of the big problems that you find in your RV. Like, where do you put your shoes? How do you stack your towels? Where should your utensils go? I want to get drawers organized.
She's got a plan.
Yeah, I have questions that need answers.
Problem areas in the RV. You're going to go in here and find solutions.
Yes.
What is the first thing we're going to do?
We're going to find drawer organizers. Well, you never know what the first thing you're going to do is in IKEA. Find your way. Okay, I really need organizational things. That's what
Where is that? Where is that? What
I don't know. They wind you through.
So you have to go through. See, that's my issue. You got to go through the whole thing in order to find where to go. But what's the best way for us to get through IKEA? Like, what are we really looking for?
Okay, so if you want to make the most out of your IKEA trip, I would make a list of the different things you want to address. Like, you want to straighten your drawer, measure your drawer. You want to straighten your closet, measure your closet, and then say, these are the problems I want to solve. Because otherwise, if you're like us today, you come here and you will get lost.
Well, you end up with a blanket.
You end up with blankets. Go ahead, throw the blanket. Okay.
It was a nice little blanket. It was like $9 and it was a nice little blanket.
So when you have your little list, I'm glad you like your blanket.
Thank you.
So if you have your little list, then you can start thinking creatively, like these wine holders. I've seen people put their boots in them. They hang them up down on the ground area, and then they put their boots in this cart. So you have more like you
You want a magnet?
I want that for inside the medicine cabinet to put all your bobby pins.
Really?
Yeah, like where your toothbrush.
Getting crazy here. This is going to turn into one of those organizational channels.
I know. Here's a tip. Use these for your hot irons. Your curling irons. You can take them straight from the plug and you can roll them up and put them in here and they won't burn anything. You can keep that under your sink. Check this out.
Carson, give us a demonstration of this and tell us if you like it. Carson, can we have a demo, please?
Carson's better view. Yeah. Okay, so, you know, you just got to do the basic, I'm tired, I've had a long night.
In IKEA, you need every once in a while, you need to check your GPS, you need to make sure you have water, you got to make sure you know where you are.
Snack.
And where are you?
Well, like you never know where you are.
Oh my gosh, just taking a little breather. This is really a lot of hard work. You got to follow these arrows, and then the arrows keep leading you to more things, and then you have to look at these things, and then you need to go eat. Let's go. Okay, so far this has been a very unsuccessful IKEA visit. Trish, what would you say? Successful, unsuccessful?
Unsuccessful.
Well, you can tell right there from the expression. Still trying to figure out how to get out of here. Finally, I found a map. I think this will help me get out of here for sure.
I'm a little disappointed.
She's a little disappointed, and you know what? We got a workout.
Yes.
Come on. Oh, we should have turned on the app to see how many miles we walk.
I have it right here.
Okay, what do we walk? That's good information. Whenever, you can always tell when I feel like we've wasted time, because then I'm like, how far do we walk? All right, let's stop and do it.
11,000 steps.
Just to here?
Well, today, 4.5 miles.
But we don't know how much of that was in IKEA.
Probably 4 miles.
Yeah, I decided to go get the truck while Trish checked out to buy our needless things. But you know what? This was actually a positive experience. And the reason is because I don't think Trish is going to want to come back to IKEA anymore. So I'd say that in and of itself makes it a worthwhile visit.
Taliesin is a Welsh word, 2 words actually. It means shining brow, B-R-O-W, shining brow. Taliesin is the name of an ancient Welsh Druid poet. He is an historical figure, you can research him. Taliesin was named that by his people because he was so beautiful and so poetic. He had light emanating from his forehead, shining brow, Taliesin. In Wisconsin, Mr. Wright built on the brow of the Wisconsin farmland hills. We're on the brow of the McDowell Mountains. This is like at his core. You do not change the shape of nature. You don't be a telephone pole. In other words, I'm paraphrasing. He wrote books on this. Instead, you let nature embrace you, sink into nature, become one with nature. Do not try to fight it and change it. So he would never do anything like build on top, because that changes the shape of nature. So Taliesin goes to the heart of his organic architecture.
So we have this conversation about when is your prime. Well, Frank Lloyd Wright he's setting new goals all the time. His prime was between 80 and 90. Are you even kidding? He worked up until 5 days before he died.
Molly, our fabulous tour guide, said that he completed 1/3 of his entire career between 80 and 92.
Yes. And so they would come here to Taliesin West in the winter. It was the migration from the original Taliesin. And this was kind of like a learning playground for he and his apprentices.
Yeah, and he was basically a snowbird, and he was a snowbird from Wisconsin. He would come up here in the winter. Did I say that right, Wisconsin?
I think so.
Because when we were there, we got criticized how we said it.
I don't know. I don't know. So one of the things that I absolutely loved is that he had this theory that if you have a problem, go to nature to solve it. And he was able to do that so many times. If you do any tiny amount of research on him, just see how he uses nature to solve architectural problems.
One of my favorite things is in his office there were canvases above his office. And that's because when they first came out here and he was in a tent, and he noticed that when he was in the tent, there were no shadows when he was doing his drafting. So when he built his office, he remembered that, and he built these canvases over the drafting room.
Yes.
Genius.
That water just came from 400 feet down below the earth. They call it the Fountain of Youth. I had to have a sip.
All right, well that was a lot of fun.
That was great.
I'm so glad we did that.
It was super fun.
Yeah.
Who told us to go do that?
Trish told us to go do that.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know. I think we were just looking at things. So. You know, what's interesting about making a video in your hometown? What's interesting about making a video...
Oh, you're recording!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh. What's interesting about making a video in your hometown is we have a lot... maybe it's more me than you. I have a lot of opinions. Trish says, you want to go here? I'm like, no. What about there? No. I mean, like, we know everything. We have certain preconceived notions of what it is. Yeah. When we're in another place and we're looking online or whatever, oh, hey, that looks kind of neat. We can do it. I'm sure if someone I'm sure if somebody who lived there heard we were going to go do that, they'd be like, nah, you don't want to go do that, right? And that's us now.
Yes.
We're now critiquing our own...
Okay, but if we're going to be like little Frank Lloyd Wrightians, okay, his whole homestead was facing this way.
Yes.
And then when the war came, they built those telephone poles, and he was so destroyed.
When the war came?
Not the war, not here, we were having a war in the United States, but during that time frame.
Oh, okay.
They came here, and they took part of his property, and they built those telephone poles, and it destroyed him. Not because they took part of the property, but because the view changed and it wasn't made out of beauty. So what did he do? He built a new entertaining room, and they faced the mountain. All the views turned and faced the mountain. He's like, oh, well, I'll just change my perspective.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
I've heard once that if you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things will change.
Yes, and he embodied that.
As we're sitting here kind of reminiscing and talking about different things from the tour, as we're out having a little date night, Trish, very observant, saw something in a picture. You gotta tell everyone.
Okay, so they have all these old pictures there, and I was like, well, I gotta take pictures of the pictures so I can like look at them later. Okay, so here they are having lunch, and you can see there's Frank Lloyd Wright, and there's his wife, very pivotal part of Frank Lloyd Wright West. She's sitting next to this young man right here. I don't know if you can see. He's wearing his entire outfit backwards. He has his shirt pocket there, and his pants are unzipped. But I just think this is hilarious. And then they're just at a regular old bench. No, not at Frank Lloyd Wright. They have the bench, even the detail in the little bench made out of plywood.
It's just amazing.
I love this place.
Join us at the Botanical Gardens. We've got the big camera, which is a camera has no name, and a big fuzzy mic, and we're gonna just capture
what we can.
What we can. Glad you're here. Fun episode in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
I hope. Won't really know until we start editing.
Which we've done a little bit of.
Yeah, just the weirdo talking to the camera throughout the garden. First of all, I was speaking with Erin with 5 to Go. We just spent some time with her out in Carefree, Arizona, and one of the things she said, you know, she's from Virginia, and she said, "What's that tree over there?" I said, "It's a Palo Verde tree," and she says, I just like to know what the names of these trees are when I'm visiting the States, which makes perfect sense. So one of the tips I'll give you is one of the neat things about coming to the Botanical Garden when you first arrive in Arizona is that you can go and really get an idea of the landscape, the type of cactus, what everything's called, and then kind of get a landscape of what, no pun intended, of what the area is like, kind of a perk. My monopod in the truck because I thought there's no way they're gonna allow monopods in here.
It's like monopod.
It's all they let in here. Oh, you don't have a monopod?
Oh.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Anyhow, so I'm just gonna hold the camera.
You're gonna work on this muscle, right?
I'm gonna work on that. Oh, yeah, right there. What
well, it's first come, first served seating, and they open the doors at 5:30, and now it's like 6:30, so we better.
What's with all the dilly-dallying around today? How about a 4-hour oil change? What did I miss?
Look what they're serving. Does that look familiar?
Yeah, you just made it.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah.